Hello everybody. So I am back with another video. This is my last upload for today. But I'm coming on because I have a special treat for my ladies. And this treat is going to be so much so I feel like a necessity almost for you all. This treat came about, and I'm gonna tell you what it is, but this treat came about by way of, you know, first, not only my ministry and what God have called me to do, by way of the Holy Spirit really just leading you all to the videos. But I noticed a certain trend with my ladies, and I wanted to be the sister that comes on to empower and help. I wanted to be the one that steps up and say, you know what? I see you struggle. I see your struggle. I hear your cries. I understand and know that you may need a little bit of assistance when it comes to what you're dealing with. A lot of times we don't know that we're dealing with generational curses. A lot of times we don't know what's going on in our world. Why does it seem like we cannot move forward? Why is it that we seem to be the last to get in ahead? Why is it that it seems like things are stagnant in our lives? Why does it seem like, it's so much hell breaking loose and there is no signs of peace? There's no signs of joy. It's a sign that a generational curse is there. And I hate to say it like that, but it's true. And a lot of times we think that just because of what Jesus did, which he paid the price for everything, but you still have to go in and undo. Somebody say, I still got to go in and undo. So I want to tell you a little bit about my testimony and why I'm so passionate. What makes me so passionate about doing this great thing, right? And the great thing, before I tell my testimony, I am launching a masterclass. Yay! I am launching a masterclass, everybody. And this masterclass is going to be for wives and wives to be. It's called the Curse Breaker Masterclass. And it's for wives and wives to be. On my journey of life, right? I've been married before, and that ended in divorce, okay? Now, in my bloodline, in my family lineage, that has been one of the main curses that the enemy has tried to infiltrate in the bloodline, okay? But how many of you all would stand up and say, and I had to stand up and say, that the curse may have began somewhere down in my lineage, but it ends with me? If that is you, I want you to put that in the comments. The curse may have started somewhere in my lineage, but the curse ends with me. And generational blessings begins with me. I need you to declare that out of your mouth, to let the enemy know that you are ready, that you won't take no more of his nonsense. And so I noticed that going through a divorce, at first I didn't see it. At first I didn't understand. At first I didn't know. But going through a divorce, and I'll tell my actual testimony in another video where I have more time to tell my testimony and my story, because I believe that it's going to literally set captives free. And when I went through that divorce, it was painful. But I noticed that when I got remarried, there was some consistent trends in my life that seemed to come out way worse in my second marriage, in my second and last marriage. Okay, this is my last marriage. Okay, God, He has ordained the marriage that I am currently in, and so therefore, what He put together, no man can tear asunder. And I came to just tell my testimony because I need you to understand that when it comes to generational curses, it didn't begin with you. And when I got married to my husband that I'm with currently, God had to illuminate some stuff. It was like the devil was just wreaking havoc in my life. I couldn't hold a job and keep a job. My marriage almost ended in divorce court because of generational curses and the unknown of what demons were fighting us, what demons were attaching themselves to our soul and our spirit, because the two shall become one. So it's no longer just you, it's you and your husband. And so as one, and so It was just some things that kept occurring in my life. Like not being able to progress and move forward. Having sexual desires still for the same sex, even though I was, with a man and was trying to move on in life. It just seemed like that thing would not break. Perversion just seemed like it would not break off of my life, no matter how much I fast and prayed. It just seemed like nothing would break. It seemed like cycles just continued to wreak havoc in my life. And even when I thought I was progressing, and even when I thought I was moving forward in life, something felt like it always came and knocked me 10 steps back again. That was a sign of a generational curse. And I remember, and I will never forget this. Now, it's some stuff you will never forget, like literally. And this is one thing that I will never forget. I remember a season of my life when me and my husband was going through we were separated, and our marriage was basically in shambles because of the fact that we were not dealing with underlying issues of generational curses and strongholds. And so at that time in my life, where me and my husband, I'm sorry for the screen getting darker, the screen up here on the screen got darker too. But I will never forget that time where me and my husband, we were going through a separation, and we were about to get a divorce. And it was at that moment in life where I began to rebel. Now, I was already a preacher. I knew that I operated in the office of a prophet. I knew that I operated under the apostolic, under the whole fivefold. I knew all of that about myself. I had established myself through the Lord's help as an author. And I just knew that there were some things that I already knew God wanted me to do, right? But just because I was anointed, just because I was preaching, just because I was prophesying, just because I knew how to pray, I'm talking about strong in prayer. Strong in prayer. I lacked strategy and I lacked clarity. Okay, in my own life. And it took me to get into that season where it almost ended in divorce court for me and my husband, in order for me to truly stand down and stand up and say, no more. What is this on my life that I don't see? What is going on in the spirit realm that I'm not seeing? My prayer, as I was sitting on the porch smoking a blunt, and I'm telling you my testimony. I was sitting on the porch, knew I was a preacher, knew I was a minister, and was smoking weed. And it felt like a curse was upon my life. It felt like witchcraft was upon my life. I wasn't sinning prior to it. I wasn't looking. It subtly happened. But that was a great season of the turnaround. That was a great season for exposure for me. Because had I not went back to the former things, I would have never been able to see what was coming up against me. Because I would have never asked God, what is this? Because in my heart, I had a desire to serve him. I didn't have a desire to want to run back to sin. I was too busy trying to focus on, really creating intimacy and a bond with God. I wasn't in the middle of trying to go back to do nothing evil. But I knew that, I had little bitty subtle things happening in my spirit that I knew, okay, I knew something was wrong, but I just still at that moment, the truth was still not revealed, even though it was years in the game with God. But you know what changed? One day I was sitting on the porch and I was smoking weed, and I stopped. I was watching this minister, Kingdom Keys Ministries, and she's actually on YouTube. Her ministry is actually on YouTube. And I was sitting on the porch and I was watching, one of her videos. And while I was watching the video talking about the Marine Kingdom, immediately deliverance hit me. Immediately the light was shining in the darkness. Immediately the truth that was in that video, it illuminated. It was like a light illuminated. And it was in that moment that the blunt that I had in my hand while I was watching this video, I was able to put it out and put it down. And deliverance broke free in my life. And from that day forward, I had never been the same. And I asked God a question sitting right there on that porch. I cut that, I let the video finish. I cut my phone. Like I said, my phone down. And I asked God, I said, God, I feel like witchcraft has hit me. I said, and God, I don't understand how this has all happened. I said, so God, reveal to me what in the world is going on. And God revealed to me what it was. And it was like a series of deliverance, an event of series of deliverance began to break forth in my life. And every day I woke up, as I continued to seek the face of God, because I had a desire to after that. That day was the last day I had smoked weed. And I have never picked it up since. But I understood that knowledge set me free. And I understood that I had to hold on to this knowledge to stay free. Because deliverance is not for everybody, but it is for the desperate. And I was desperate to know what was going on. I was desperate to know how could these chains break in my life. I was desperate to know how could they never be put back together again because they were dismantled. I was desperate to know what was coming up against my life. Why was I not excelling and succeeding? Why is it that, it seemed like no matter what I tried, it wouldn't work? God changed my belief system. He caused me to believe in him for real. God caused me to see and to know what generational curses had been over my life, had been over my family lineage. And guess what? Guess. God had been showing me for years through my dreams, but I didn't understand my dreams. I didn't understand why I was having sex in my dreams with a stranger. I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't understand evil altars and covenants and gates. I didn't understand what that was. And for those of y'all who haven't watched my 3-part series, I haven't did the covenant series part, but the 2-part series, out of the 3-part series, I've done 2. I've done altars and I've done gates. So go back and watch those videos. There's part 1 and part 2 of each. Maybe even a part 3 of altars. But just go through my videos, scroll through my videos, and you'll find it. But I didn't understand what in the world was happening to me. I wasn't a bona fide sinner, a person who just going out doing whatever they want to. I was the type of person who was really trying to dedicate my soul and my life to the only wise and true and living God. I was not trying to live a sinful life. And as a matter of fact, when I stepped back into sin, it hit me so hard and came like all out of nowhere. But now I know and understand after deliverance that I had to go through that in order to get to where I am today. Because had those things not happened, had I not started back smoking weed, because that God had already removed me from that, but I went back to it. But had I not visited that place, I would have never understood that there were some evil altars erected against me. And when I tell you that through the help of the Holy Ghost and God delivering me through the blood of his son, Jesus Christ, and through his word, when I tell you that if I hadn't visited that old place again for the second time, that I would have just been walking around still clueless of what was fighting and attacking me. And then to go further, it was not just about me. It was for the people that are connected to me. It was for the people that's coming after me. It was for my sisters, and it's for my brothers, and it's for my mother, and it's for my cousins and my nieces and my nephews, and it's for my future children, and it's for the people that are connected to my ministry that God has assigned with my name. And had I not went through the backsliding experience, I would have never been able to identify those evil covenants that were erected against my bloodline. It was not that God wanted me to sin, but God said all things work together for the good of them who love me and who are called according to my purpose. I wouldn't be here before you today telling you about evil gates and covenants and generational curses and the spirit spouse, and how before you find your kingdoms, before your kingdom spouse comes, do this. And I wouldn't be able to talk to you wives and you wives to be, if it was not for that. Because at that moment in my life, me and my husband, we had broke up. You talking about two people who know the word of God, who was in church. So what is the problem? Clearly, the issue was not that you don't know the word. The issue was application of the word, belief in the word, and not only that, but knowing and understand your opponent or your enemy. Understanding the right and correct prayer strategies to use during the time of fasting. Because you got to fast too to break that stuff. During the time of fasting, spending time with God, getting knowledge, getting understanding, using wisdom, so that you can break these generational curses and these evil covenants. So that you can burst through and break forth into your destiny. Because a lot of you all haven't seen breakthrough because there are unaware evil covenants and altars that have been erected against you. Dealing with witchcraft. Dealing with divination. And some of y'all know your ancestors was doing that stuff. For me, my daddy and my mom dibbled and dabbled in voodoo. And told me what they did, but never told me they broke anything. And once it was mentioned, it was shunned. And once it was mentioned, it was knocked down. But you know what I kept doing? I kept praying and I kept fasting until God broke through for me and sent the rain in my life so that every curse would be broken. And it's time for you to experience God in the same supernatural way, so that you can go into your purpose, step into your destiny, so that you as a wife and as a wife to be can come into the full knowledge of Jesus Christ, so that you as a wife and a wife to be can get in position to be found by your kingdom spouse. The only reason why me and my husband connected was because I told God, if you get me out of this, I will never return to my vomit again. I will answer the call on my life, and I will pursue everything that you have for me. I will never. Do you know in that time when me and my husband separated that the enemy tried to take me back? We talking about generational curses, and that backward demon, that backwardness, that is a sign that a generational curse and is on your life. And so, if you are ready to break these generational curses off of your life, if you say, let me pull up my notes, because I need you to understand if this is for you or not. Because how do you know if this masterclass is for you? How you know this masterclass is for you? Because this is the gift. This is the great new thing that the Lord has put in my spirit to do. And again, it's called the Curse Breaker Masterclass for Wives and Wives to Be. And it was created with you in mind, because I understand how it feels to not know what in the world is going on with you. So here are some key things or key knowings to know if this masterclass is even for you. If you have been experiencing a high level of warfare that does not seem to let up and you don't understand why, this masterclass is for you. If you feel as if though you have been fighting and praying with little or no results, this masterclass is for you. If you feel as if though you have been struggling strongly to hold and keep a great relationship, this masterclass is for you. If you feel as if though life is going if you feel as if though life is going in like this big huge circle, and you don't know how to stop this cycle, this course is for you. If you have been watching my free content that I love making every week, by the way, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not done so already, and thank you. And share this with somebody else if you have not already, and be sure to like it. But if you have watched my free content and you know and believe that God sent you to watch my videos, and you feel like now is your time for you to take a stand and get your life back, this masterclass is for you. In your current marriage or relationship, if you feel like it started off well, but then something just seemed like it's missing, this masterclass is for you. And I wrote all of this, took this out my head and wrote this down because I needed to be able to explain it to you as easy as I could. If in your dreams scare you and you don't understand why you keep having sex dreams with a stranger, or intimacy dreams with a stranger or a familiar person, this masterclass is for you. If you can't seem to hold a good relationship for a long time, or if you hold a relationship but it's always extremely toxic, this masterclass is for you. If you want to put an end to all of this madness once and for all, so that you can get in a committed relationship with somebody that you can build with, or if you are already in a relationship with somebody and you desire to get that relationship where God desires for it to be, this masterclass is for you, because this is going to be the jump start to all of that. If you know that you will be willing to commit to the process of that goes on inside of this masterclass, this is for you. If you know that you are a bloodline breaker, and you better know that you know you a bloodline breaker, come on. Maybe you have been told that you a bloodline breaker in your past. You may did not understand what that meant, and you may did not know how to become that, take on that mantle of a bloodline breaker. This masterclass is for you. If you are designed to become a wife, or you already are a wife, this masterclass is for you. Now, this is what you'll learn: identifying evil soul ties, and I'll teach you how to break them before your spouse comes. We'll expose the spirit spouse, and I'll show you how to cast it out for good, so that it won't destroy your marriage. If you are currently married, for all my married ladies, how to identify your need for deliverance from generational curses, and how to stay free from bondage, how trauma affects you in marriage and in life, and how to start your healing journey. Understand what monitoring spirits are, familiar spirits, and the marine kingdom, and how they affect your love life and your personal life overall. Things to consider. I'm going to teach you things to consider before your king arrives that will help you to be positioned to become a wife after God's own heart. Okay. I'm going to teach you the main ingredients to breakthrough that you are missing. I will show you how to step into your purpose as a generational curse breaker. I'll help you to learn and understand the signs and indications of an evil altar and covenant that has been erected against your life and destiny through the interpretation of dreams. And finally, so that you can understand your dreams, so that you can break free and put an end to every curse on your life. I'll teach you how to build a solid relationship with God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost, so that you can surrender all. I'll give you effective prayers that break curses and the correct fast to receive the breakthrough you have been praying for years. I'll help you to understand your authority as a believer, so that you can begin to walk in power, so that you can also face every enemy and take them down one by one. So this masterclass is going to be live. It's going to be recorded so that you will have lifetime access to it. So that you can also learn on your own pace, because some people do not learn fast. And I know that this masterclass, it'll be a couple of hours long. But you can always go back, take your time to study and write your notes, so that you can take each step and apply it. We'll have a support group, which also allows you to connect and get support as you support other wives who are in your shoes as well, which is very vital. This masterclass, it officially launches on April the 27th, which is about a month from now. But here's the thing, you do not want to wait, because you do not have all the time in the world to sign up for this masterclass. I would advise you to sign up immediately, like today, like right now. And do not hesitate to sign up, because here's the thing, once we fill up to the full capacity, that's it. And right now, currently, we only have a few spots left. Enrollment has started, and so I want you to go ahead and enroll. Click the link below. Early bird registration is only $43. It ends on April the 15th. So hey, for that price, you cannot beat that. I've already told you how the masterclass, you know, it's for you. If you don't, after April 15th, enroll, this price will double. And so you want to go ahead and enroll in this masterclass for wives and for wives to be. Go ahead and act now. Sign up for this powerful, life-changing masterclass. Click the link in the description below this video so that you can go ahead and sign up for the Curse Breakers Masterclass for wives and wives to be, so that you can step into your purpose, so that you can break those generational curses off of your life and be everything that God has designed you to be. It's time to stand in your spiritual authority as a kingdom citizen. It's time for you to take on the mantle that God has placed on your life as a generational curse breaker. I will see you guys in class. I love y'all with the love of Christ. Go back and watch all my other videos. Be empowered, be blessed. Share this video. I love you and God bless you. I will catch you in another video. Bye-bye.